The day didn't start like the end of the world. It started normal. Traffic jams, coffee brewing, phones buzzing, stock markets opening, people rushing to work like every other Monday morning. New York, London, Tokyo, Dubai, screens lit up across the planet as traders watched numbers climb and fall like they always did. Green, red, green again. Money moving, billions shifting in seconds. The world economy never sleeps. But that morning, something felt different. At first, nobody noticed. A few small glitches. A bank server froze. A trading app stopped responding. ATMs flashed an error message. Transaction unavailable. People refreshed their screens. Still nothing. Then suddenly, markets dipped. Hard. Red lines cutting straight down like knives. News anchors tried to stay calm. Just temporary volatility, they said, nothing to worry about. But the drop didn't stop. Companies lost billions in minutes. Oil crashed. Gold spiked. Currencies shook. The dollar, the euro, everything unstable. Inside massive trading floors, panic spread. Phones rang non-stop. Sell! Sell now! Move the funds! Pull everything out! Sweat, shouting, chaos. It looked like the entire financial system was cracking at once. Across the world, factories shut down. Flights were delayed. Shipping ports stopped moving. Credit cards declined. Gas stations refused payments. Parents stood at grocery stores staring at empty screens while cashiers whispered, "Sorry, system's down." Nobody understood how. How could the whole world freeze at the same time? Governments held emergency meetings. Leaders called it a cyber attack. Others blamed war. Some whispered, prophecy. Then came something stranger. Hospitals reported staff missing. Pilots disappeared mid-flight. Drivers vanished from moving cars. Phones dropped to the ground with no one there to pick them up. Clothes, shoes left behind, like people had simply stepped out of reality. Cameras caught empty hospital beds, empty chairs, empty streets. Families screaming names into the air. Mom, Dad, where did they go? Social media exploded. Hashtag missing millions. Videos flooded the internet. Churches half empty. Nurseries quiet. Entire rows of people gone. Not dead, just gone. At the same time, the sky began to change. Clouds thickened. Light broke through like golden fire. Not lightning, not storm, something brighter, warmer, heavier. People felt it before they saw it. A pressure in the air, like the world was holding its breath. Some fell to their knees, some cried, some prayed for the first time in years, because deep inside they knew. This wasn't economics, this wasn't politics, this wasn't war. This was something bigger than money, bigger than governments, bigger than the world itself. Somewhere, far above the collapsing markets and screaming sirens, a sound began to rise, low at first, then stronger, like a trumpet carried by the wind. Not music, not noise, a call, ancient, powerful, impossible to ignore. People looked up, and what they saw made every bank crash, every dollar, every stock chart feel meaningless. Because in the light, shapes were forming, figures moving through the clouds, thousands, then millions, and the ones who had vanished, they weren't lost, they were rising, higher and higher, drawn toward that brilliant sky, leaving behind a world still clutching money, screens, and empty accounts, while something eternal waited just beyond the clouds.
And the higher they went, the quieter the world below seemed to become. Not peaceful, not calm, but stunned, like the planet itself didn't understand what it was watching. Cars rolled slowly into sidewalks with no drivers. Planes made emergency landings with empty seats in the cockpit. Hospitals echoed with alarms and unanswered calls. Code blue, code blue. But there was no one coming. In Times Square, giant digital billboards still flashed stock prices that no longer mattered. Numbers kept updating out of habit. Minus 20%, minus 40%, minus 70%. Entire companies erased in seconds. Trillions gone. Retirement funds, savings, life insurance, everything people trusted for safety, vanishing faster than the people themselves. A man stood outside a bank, banging on the locked glass doors. "My money is in there!" As if money could save him now. Inside churches, pastors dropped to their knees, tears running down their faces. Some whispered scriptures they hadn't read in years. Others stared at empty pews. Families missing, friends missing, the faithful gone. And suddenly, all those old sermons didn't sound crazy anymore. All those warnings, all those verses, all will be caught up in the twinkling of an eye, like a thief in the night. It didn't feel symbolic now. It felt literal, terrifyingly literal. Meanwhile, news stations tried to keep control. Anchors spoke fast, voices shaking. "We are experiencing a global event, possibly mass hysteria, possibly coordinated attacks." But their words didn't match the footage, because no attack leaves clothes folded neatly on chairs. No weapon makes millions disappear without a trace. Scientists stared at monitors filled with strange readings. Energy spikes, magnetic disturbances, signals they couldn't explain. Satellites caught bursts of light in the upper atmosphere, like doors opening, like something breaking through. And then, power grids began failing, city by city, block by block. Lights flickered, then darkness. Only the sky remained bright, that unnatural golden glow spreading across the clouds. People gathered in the streets, some crying, some praying, some laughing nervously like it was a joke. This isn't real, this can't be real. But deep inside, they knew. Every heart felt it, a truth they had ignored for years. This wasn't random, this wasn't coincidence. This was judgment. This was promise. This was prophecy unfolding right in front of them. A mother clutched her child tighter. A businessman dropped his briefcase. A soldier removed his helmet and stared upward. For the first time, nobody cared about borders or politics or money or status, because when eternity shows up, everything temporary looks small. The sound in the sky grew louder now, that trumpet-like call vibrating through the air, through bones, through souls, not heard with ears, felt inside the chest. Boom, 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 like the heartbeat of heaven itself. More lights began rising from the earth, not fire, not smoke, people, drawn upward like gravity had reversed. Faces filled with peace, no fear, no panic, just relief, like they'd been waiting their whole lives for this exact moment. Hands reaching, eyes shining, moving faster and faster toward the clouds. And below them, sirens screamed, banks burned, governments collapsed, markets dead, the world system breaking apart like glass, because everything built on money was falling, while everything built on faith was rising. And standing in the middle of an empty street, watching the sky split open wider and wider, one question echoed in every mind at the same time. Not about stocks, not about survival, not about tomorrow, but something far deeper, something heavier, something no one could ignore anymore. What if this is really it?
And that question didn't stay in the air for long, because the sky answered. The clouds didn't just glow anymore, they moved. Slow at first, like smoke drifting across a battlefield, then faster, spiraling, twisting, pulling inward like something massive was forming above the earth.
People shielded their eyes. The light wasn't sunlight. It was brighter, warmer, alive. Every shadow on the ground stretched thin, like the world itself was bowing. Phones stopped working. No signal, no internet, no satellites. Human technology had officially gone blind. For the first time in history, mankind couldn't explain what was happening, and that terrified them more than anything. In New York, Wall Street traders ran outside, staring up instead of at their screens. In London, Big Ben rang once, then went silent. In Tokyo, trains halted mid-track. In Rome, the bells of old churches started ringing without anyone touching them, like the entire planet was reacting, like creation itself knew something holy was passing through. And then came the wind. Not a normal wind. It didn't blow sideways, it pulled upward. Dust, leaves, paper, everything lifting gently toward the sky, as if gravity had loosened its grip. People grabbed poles, cars, anything solid. What is happening? Nobody had answers, because no government had a protocol for prophecy, no emergency plan for eternity. Inside homes, televisions flickered between channels, then froze on static. But through that static, some heard whispers, not words exactly, more like a call, soft, personal, like someone saying your name from far away. And the strangest part, the fear began changing. Moments ago, everyone was panicking. Now, something else filled the air. Conviction, memories flooding back, old prayers, grandma's voice reading scripture, Sunday school lessons they once laughed at, verses they scrolled past online. Suddenly, every single one of them felt real, too real. A teenage boy dropped to his knees in the street. I should have listened. A woman clutched a small cross around her neck like it was the last thing holding her to reality. A police officer removed his badge and whispered, "God, please." Not because he was religious, but because deep down everyone knew this wasn't man-made. This wasn't science. This wasn't aliens. This was something ancient, something promised, something written thousands of years ago. And now it was unfolding minute by minute. The golden light in the sky widened again, and shapes started appearing inside it. Not clouds, not stars, figures, dozens, hundreds, moving like silhouettes inside fire. Wings, robes, shining forms that didn't look human, but didn't look frightening either. Powerful, majestic, untouchable. Every time they moved, the air cracked like thunder, and with each movement, more people vanished from the ground. Not exploding, not dissolving, just gone. 1 second there, next second, empty space. Clothes falling softly to the pavement, a coffee cup hitting the street and rolling in circles. A car still running with the door open. Normal life interrupted mid-breath, like someone pressing pause on existence. Sirens kept wailing in the distance, but they sounded smaller now, weaker, like the world's noise didn't matter anymore because something bigger had taken over, something eternal. Somewhere far off, a little girl looked up at her father and asked, "Daddy, are we going to the sky too?" He opened his mouth to answer, but no words came out, because he didn't know. And that uncertainty hit harder than any disaster ever could. Above them, the light kept growing, the sound kept building, that deep, resonating tone like a trumpet stretching across the atmosphere. Not music, not noise, a summons, calling, waiting, like the moment wasn't finished yet, like something even greater was still about to happen, and the air itself felt tight, charged, ready to split open again at any second.
And then, the sound changed. What had felt like distant thunder sharpened into something clearer, deeper, stronger. Not coming from the sky alone, but from everywhere at once. Through the ground, through buildings, through bones. People felt it inside their chest before they even heard it. A vibration, like the earth itself had a heartbeat. Boom, boom, boom. Slow, heavy, ancient. Every beat sending ripples through the air. Windows rattled, streetlights flickered. Car alarms started screaming for no reason, but nobody paid attention anymore. Because the sky didn't look normal now. It looked open, like a curtain had been torn back. The clouds weren't covering anything, they were parting, peeling away in circles, layer after layer, revealing something brighter behind them. Not just light, depth. As if heaven wasn't far away, it was right there, just hidden this whole time. People stopped running, stopped shouting. Even the chaos froze, because instinctively, everyone knew you don't run from something like this. You watch, you witness, you realize how small you really are. A businessman dropped his briefcase. Money spilled across the street. He didn't even look down. For the first time in his life, money meant absolutely nothing. A soldier lowered his rifle. A reporter forgot her camera. A thief slowly placed a stolen wallet back on the ground. All the things that felt important 5 minutes ago, status, power, fame, fear, all of it felt ridiculous now, like toys in front of eternity. And then something happened no scientist could explain. No gravity. Not fully gone, but weaker, loose. People's hair began floating slightly, dust rising like it was underwater, shoelaces lifting, leaves hovering mid-air, cars creaking against their own weight. The planet felt lighter, as if Earth itself was preparing to let go. Some people started glowing faintly. At first, it looked like reflection, like sunlight hitting their skin, but there was no sun. The glow came from within, soft, golden, peaceful. Not everyone, just some. A mother holding her child, an old man praying quietly, a nurse helping strangers moments ago, a young boy whispering, "Jesus." Their faces changed, not physically, but emotionally. All fear drained away, replaced with calm. A strange, beautiful calm, like they finally understood something nobody else did. A woman standing nearby grabbed one of them. "Why aren't you scared?" The glowing man smiled gently, tears in his eyes. "I've been waiting my whole life for this." And before she could reply, he rose. Not fast, not violently, just lifted. Feet leaving the ground like he was stepping onto invisible stairs. Her grip slipped through his hand. She screamed his name, but he wasn't falling. He was ascending. Others began rising too, different places, different cities, all at once. Thousands, millions, like sparks floating towards a massive fire above. Some reached for them, some begged, some cried, but nothing could hold them back. It wasn't force, it wasn't wind, it was invitation, like gravity had reversed only for them. And as they moved upward, the glow intensified, brighter, whiter, clothes fluttering behind like banners, faces filled with peace no human words could describe. Below, the world cracked into panic again. Planes losing pilots, hospitals missing staff, highways spiraling into crashes, news anchors disappearing mid-sentence, entire homes suddenly silent. And still, that trumpet-like sound kept growing louder, closer, not threatening, but final, like history itself reaching its last page. Clouds rolled faster now, lightning without storms, fire without heat, the sky looking less like atmosphere and more like a doorway, a massive doorway. And inside it, movement, shadows, shapes too large to measure, something approaching, something powerful enough to make every human instinct whisper the same thought at the same time. This is him. Not a theory, not a story, not a metaphor. Him. The ground trembled again, Stronger this time. Buildings groaned, oceans crashing against coastlines, mountains echoing like drums, creation reacting to its creator. And every person still standing felt that weight in their chest, that tight pressure in the air, like the moment right before lightning strikes, like the universe taking one deep breath, holding it, waiting, as the light above grew wider, brighter, stretching across the entire horizon.
The light didn't fade. It didn't explode. It expanded. Slowly, deliberately, like something eternal stepping into time. The sky wasn't just bright anymore. It was alive. Waves of gold rolled through the clouds like liquid fire, spreading from one end of the horizon to the other. People shielded their eyes, but even with their eyes closed, they could still see it. Through their eyelids, through their thoughts, through their souls. It wasn't just light you look at, it was light that looks back at you. Every hidden thought, every secret, every memory, suddenly exposed. A young man dropped to his knees in the middle of the street, not because he was pushed, not because he was hurt, but because something inside him knew he couldn't stand in front of this. Nobody could pretend anymore. The masks people wore their whole lives, confidence, pride, anger, all of it melted away like wax. Only truth remained, raw, unfiltered. A woman who never prayed whispered God's name for the first time. A group of friends who had been laughing moments ago stood frozen, unable to speak. Some cried, some smiled, some just stared at the sky like children seeing the ocean for the first time. And that sound, that deep, heavenly resonance, it sharpened again. Not noise, not music, but something between both, like thousands of voices harmonizing without words, like creation singing. The air vibrated with it, car windows cracked, water in glasses rippled, birds froze mid-flight, suspended like the world had paused. Time itself felt slower, seconds stretching, heartbeats louder, breathing heavier, everything moving in slow motion, except the light. The light kept growing faster. Then shapes started forming inside it, not shadows anymore, details, outlines, figures, countless figures, descending, not falling, descending with purpose, perfectly ordered, like an army, but not an army of war, an army of glory. Their forms shimmered like fire wrapped in white, wings, radiance, movement too smooth to be human. Every step they took through the sky sent ripples through the clouds. People couldn't look away, even those who didn't believe, even those who mocked, even those who swore none of this was real. Their knees weakened anyway, because deep down, every soul recognized what their mind tried to deny. This wasn't imagination. This wasn't coincidence. This wasn't science. This was fulfillment. The old prophecies, the ancient warnings, the words written thousands of years ago, now unfolding like headlines across the sky. Phones kept recording, live streams everywhere, millions watching the same impossible thing at once. No filters, no edits, just reality breaking open. Comments flooding. Is this real? End of the world? Jesus is coming. Then screens started glitching, signals dropping, satellites flickering, technology failing like it couldn't handle what was happening. Because this moment wasn't meant to be captured, it was meant to be witnessed. A child tugged his father's shirt. "Dad, are we going home?" The father tried to answer,
but his voice cracked because for the first time in his life, he didn't know what home meant anymore. Earth didn't feel permanent. It felt temporary, like a stage after the play is over, like everything here was only preparation for something bigger. The wind stopped completely, no breeze, no movement, dead silent. Even the ocean seemed to hold still. And in that silence, one single beam of light broke through the center of the sky, brighter than everything else, pure, blinding, straight down to the earth, touching the ground like heaven itself had placed a finger on the world. Where it touched, dust lifted, rocks trembled, air shimmered, and anyone standing near it felt something impossible to explain. Not fear, not pain, not even excitement, just overwhelming presence, like standing inches away from absolute holiness, like standing too close to the sun, like being known completely. Every mistake, every regret, every prayer whispered at 3 a.m., all remembered, all seen, and the glow from the sky kept spreading wider, deeper, stronger, wrapping around cities, covering mountains, rolling across oceans, as if the boundary between heaven and earth was thinning, stretching, almost touching, like two worlds slowly becoming one.
The beam of light didn't disappear. It thickened, like liquid gold pouring from the sky. Not harsh, not burning, but heavy. So heavy it felt like the air itself had weight. People near it couldn't move. Not trapped, just overwhelmed. Like their bodies suddenly understood they were standing too close to something holy, too close to something eternal. The ground beneath the beam began to glow, cracks of light spreading outward like veins, through streets, through sidewalks, through buildings. Glass shimmered, metal hummed, even concrete seemed alive. It was as if the earth had been sleeping for thousands of years and was finally waking up. Far away, skyscrapers reflected the sky like mirrors. Entire cities bathed in gold. The world looked less real now, less solid, like everything physical was thinning out, like matter itself was losing importance. And people could feel it, that strange pulling sensation again, upward, gentle, persistent, not wind, not force, calling, inviting. A woman dropped her phone as it slipped from her fingers, floating slightly before hitting the ground. She didn't even pick it up. For the first time in her life, notifications didn't matter. Messages didn't matter. Nothing digital mattered, because something infinitely bigger had stepped into the scene. Somewhere nearby, church bells began ringing. No one touched them, but they rang anyway. Slow, echoing, like the old world saying goodbye. The sound rolled through empty streets, through abandoned stores, through cars still running without drivers. The whole planet felt half vacant now, like someone had removed millions of pieces from a puzzle, and what remained felt wrong, incomplete, too quiet. But above was alive, movement everywhere. The glowing figures were closer now, no longer distant shapes, details sharper, robes flowing like streams of light, wings stretching wide, reflecting colors that didn't exist on Earth. Every movement precise, purposeful, powerful without aggression, majestic without fear. They weren't invading, they were arriving. And the deeper they descended, the more reality seemed to bend around them. Clouds folded like curtains, thunder rolled without storms. The sky looked layered, like dimensions stacked on top of each other, like heaven had always been right there, just hidden behind a thin veil. People began whispering the same word, not planned, not coordinated, just instinct. God. From every language, every accent, every culture, the same word. Because when eternity shows up, translation isn't needed. A young man standing alone in the street suddenly felt warmth spread through his chest. Not heat, peace. He looked down at his hands. They were glowing faintly, soft gold, like sunlight trapped under his skin. His breathing slowed, heart racing 1 second, calm the next. All panic gone, like fear physically couldn't survive inside him anymore. Tears filled his eyes, not sadness, relief, like finishing a race he didn't know he was running. He whispered, "It's really you." And his feet slowly lifted off the ground, inches, then higher. He didn't fight it, didn't scream. He just looked up, smiling, as if someone he loved was waiting. More people began glowing too, scattered across streets, homes, hospitals, airports, different ages, different races, different lives, all feeling the same peace at the same time, like invisible chains breaking, like gravity releasing its hold only on them. Others tried to grab them, hold them down. "Don't go, take me with you." But hands slipped through, because this wasn't something humans controlled. This wasn't something you could earn in a last-second panic. This felt chosen, promised, fulfilled. The trumpet-like sound roared again, closer now, so loud it vibrated through the sky itself. Not painful, just final, like the last note of history being played. The oceans responded, waves rising higher than ever before, mountains trembling, trees bending low, creation reacting like it recognized its king. And then, the clouds tore wider than they ever had, not splitting, opening, like giant doors. Beyond them wasn't just light anymore. There was depth, movement, an entire realm visible for the first time, endless, radiant, alive. Cities of light, rivers of fire, shapes and structures too beautiful to describe. Not fantasy, not dream, real, more real than Earth had ever felt. And everyone still standing below felt it at the same time, that pull growing stronger, that pressure in the air thickening, that sense that the boundary between worlds was almost gone, like heaven was leaning closer and closer now, just inches away now, ready to break fully through.
The air grew thinner, not like altitude, like reality itself was stretching. Every sound felt distant, muffled, as if the world had been wrapped in invisible cotton. Cars stopped mid-road, engines died without warning, streetlights flickered even though it was daytime, electronics glitched, screens freezing on static, technology suddenly useless, man's greatest inventions powerless, because this moment didn't belong to science, it belonged to something older, something eternal. The glowing cracks in the ground spread farther now, running under houses, across highways, through shopping malls, lines of light tracing ancient paths no one had ever noticed before, like the earth had secret veins and they were all filling with heaven. People shielding their eyes looked up again. The figures in the sky weren't just descending anymore, they were organizing. Rows, thousands, maybe millions, stretching beyond the horizon, perfect formation, like an army, but peaceful. No weapons, no anger, only authority, only presence, each one shining brighter than the sun, yet somehow not hurting to look at. White, gold, silver, colors that felt alive.
Their wings didn't flap, they simply moved, as if gravity didn't apply to them, as if space itself made room. The sound of that deep trumpet rolled again, longer this time, vibrating through bones, through hearts, through memories, and suddenly, people began remembering things they had forgotten years ago. Childhood prayers, grandmother's voice reading scripture, moments they once laughed at, times they felt God calling and ignored it. Every memory surfacing at once, not forced, just clear, like their souls were being awakened. A boy standing on a rooftop dropped to his knees. He didn't know why, he just felt small. Not worthless, just small in the presence of something infinitely huge. Tears streamed down his face. I believe, I believe. He kept whispering it over and over, like his heart was catching up to something it always knew. Nearby, birds froze mid-flight, not falling, just hovering, wings still, suspended. Time itself felt slower, seconds stretching longer than they should, like the universe was holding its breath, waiting. The sky darkened at the edges, but not storm dark, deeper, like space, stars faintly visible even though it was day. Two worlds overlapping, heaven pressing into earth, dimension against dimension, and where they touched, sparks of light burst like tiny explosions. Beautiful, silent, pure energy. A group of people stood together in the street, staring upward. Their shadows stretched strangely behind them, longer, thinner, then fading, like even shadows were losing their claim. One woman reached for her friend's hand. "I'm not scared anymore," she said softly. And she meant it. That was the strange part. Nobody glowing felt fear, only peace, only certainty, like finally going home after being lost your entire life without realizing it. More bodies lifted slowly, not shooting up, just rising, graceful, weightless, clothes fluttering gently, hair moving like underwater, faces calm, eyes locked on the sky. Some laughed, some cried, some simply closed their eyes and smiled. And the light around them grew brighter, brighter, until their forms almost blended into it. Below them, others watched in shock, reaching, calling names, but their voices felt weak, small, like yelling across an ocean. The ground trembled again, harder this time, windows shattered, dust falling from rooftops, but still, that golden light kept spreading, flowing through everything, through walls, through bodies, through air. Nothing could block it, because it wasn't physical, it was presence. And then something changed. The massive opening in the sky expanded even wider, edges curling back like burning paper. Beyond it, movement intensified, shapes, structures, columns of light stretching upward forever. It looked like a city, but not built, formed, alive, breathing. Every surface glowing like polished crystal, rivers flowing upward instead of down, music drifting faintly, not instruments, not voices, something pure, a harmony that made hearts ache in the best way, the kind of sound that made you want to cry and smile at the same time. Even the people still on the ground could hear it now, and when they did, their knees weakened, not forced, just overwhelmed, because deep down, every soul recognized that sound, like it belonged to where they came from, like home calling their true name. The pressure in the air intensified, stronger, heavier, almost electric, tiny sparks dancing across skin, clothes fluttering without wind, street signs rattling, leaves rising off the ground like dust, and the pull upward grew stronger too, subtle but undeniable, like invisible hands gently lifting the world itself. Buildings creaked, water in fountains lifted into the air in floating droplets, gravity glitching, reality bending.
and the glowing figures above began moving faster now, descending with purpose, closer than ever, close enough to see their faces, calm, ancient, eyes burning with light like stars, not judgment, not anger, just knowing, like they had watched humanity since the beginning, like they knew every story, every tear, every prayer ever whispered in the dark. And as they spread out across the sky, forming a radiant wall of light from one horizon to the other, the space between heaven and earth narrowed even more, like the final barrier was thinning, like the next heartbeat might be the one where everything changes, and the sky kept opening, and the light kept pouring, and the pull kept growing.
And the pull kept growing. Not strong enough to drag, just enough to invite. Like gravity had reversed its mind, like the earth itself was whispering, "Let go." Street dust lifted first, tiny grains rising slowly, dancing in the air like golden snow. Then paper scraps, leaves, loose stones. Everything lighter than fear began to float. Car alarms suddenly stopped. Dogs stopped barking. Even the wind went silent. The entire planet felt paused, like someone pressed mute on existence. A man inside a hospital room looked down at his heart monitor. The steady beeping flatlined. Not because he died, because the machine simply stopped working. All machines stopped, as if electricity itself bowed out. The lights flickered once, twice, then darkness. But nobody panicked, because the darkness didn't last. A soft glow replaced it, not from bulbs, not from screens, from the air, from everywhere. Walls glowing gently like dawn, shadows fading away, the kind of light you feel more than see. Warm, alive, comforting, like being wrapped in something invisible. Outside, people began dropping what they were holding. Phones, bags, keys. Nothing felt important anymore. Money scattered across the street, and no one even looked down, because for the first time in human history, nothing material mattered. All those things suddenly felt like toys, temporary, pointless. A little girl standing near a bus stop stared at her reflection in a puddle. Her face looked brighter, almost translucent. She raised her hands slowly. Tiny sparkles moved across her skin like fireflies. She giggled, not scared, just amazed. "Mom, look!" But when her mother turned, her own body was already glowing too. Soft white light leaking from her chest like sunrise through curtains. They locked eyes, no words. They didn't need any. They just held hands tighter. Above them, the sky wasn't blue anymore. It was layered, gold, silver, deep violet, colors that didn't even have names. Clouds spiraled like massive galaxies, stars visible between them even though it was still day. Time felt broken, like morning, night, and eternity were overlapping at once. Then, another sound. Not the trumpet this time, something deeper, like a heartbeat. Boom. The ground vibrated gently. Boom. A second pulse. Boom. Stronger. Each one echoing through chests, matching human heartbeats, sinking, until everyone felt it together, like the entire world shared one pulse, one rhythm, one life. And with every beat, more people rose. Not fast, just slowly drifting upward, feet lifting an inch, then two, then floating completely. Some reached for rooftops to hold themselves down, but there was nothing to grab, no weight left in them, like their bodies remembered they were never meant to be heavy. A teenager laughed nervously. "Is this real?" His voice cracked, but even he could feel it. The peace, so heavy it crushed fear, so calm it erased doubt. The kind of calm you only feel after crying for hours and finally letting go. Tears streamed down faces everywhere, not from terror, from release, like lifetimes of stress dissolving, arguments forgotten, regrets fading, bitterness melting away. Hearts lighter, cleaner, freer, like something invisible was washing humanity from the inside. Above, the radiant figures stretched their arms outward, not threatening, welcoming. And when they did, thin threads of light extended from their hands, millions of them, like glowing strings, connecting to people below, one by one, each thread locking onto a chest, a heartbeat, a soul. The moment contact happened, their glow intensified instantly. Some people gasped, some fell to their knees, some just smiled like they'd been waiting their entire lives for this exact second. The connection felt personal, intimate, like someone calling you your true name, the name nobody else knew, the name before birth, a whisper only your soul recognizes. Traffic lights melted into sparks, metal street poles vibrated softly, glass turned hazy like frost, the physical world slowly losing its sharp edges, becoming softer, less solid, like matter itself was surrendering. Some buildings flickered, appearing transparent for a second, revealing pure light inside, then solid again. Reality glitching, rules breaking, physics forgetting how to function. And the massive opening above expanded again, wider than cities, wider than oceans. Beyond it, movement intensified. That living city of light grew closer, details clearer now, streets made of crystal, structures rising like mountains, water flowing upward into glowing skies, and beings moving inside, thousands of them, radiant silhouettes walking peacefully, waiting, like they knew exactly who was arriving, like they had prepared for this reunion forever. Music drifted stronger now, layered harmonies, voices without language, but somehow every person understood it. It wasn't sung, it was felt, straight into the chest, like pure love turned into sound. And the pull upward, it wasn't subtle anymore. Hair lifting, clothes fluttering, bodies lighter by the second. People who resisted suddenly stopped resisting, because fighting felt silly, like trying to hold sand, like trying to stop sunrise. Even skeptics, even the ones who never believed anything, looked up with wide eyes and whispered, "Okay." Not defeat, acceptance. The air shimmered thicker, almost liquid. Every breath tasted sweet, like the first breath after rain. And the glowing threads tightened gently, guiding, lifting, drawing countless souls inches higher, higher, closer to that widening sky, closer to the waiting light, closer to something that felt older than time itself. And the space between heaven and earth kept thinning, and the sound kept rising, and the glow kept spreading across every surface, and gravity kept loosening its grip.
And gravity kept loosening its grip. Shoes slipped off feet, keys dropped from hands, phones floated upward like forgotten memories. Nobody tried to grab anything anymore, because nothing down there felt worth holding. The streets that once roared with noise now looked like abandoned movie sets. Cars frozen mid-road, doors left open, coffee still steaming on cafe tables, half-written emails on glowing screens. A whole world paused mid-sentence. And above it, the sky kept opening. Not tearing, not breaking, just unfolding, like curtains revealing something that had always been there. The light pouring through wasn't blinding. It didn't hurt the eyes. It felt gentle, like warmth on winter skin, like home. More and more people lifted slowly into the air, not flying, not jumping, just rising, like feathers caught in invisible water. Some laughed, some cried, some just closed their eyes and let it happen. An old man clutched a small wooden cross around his neck. His hands were shaking, not from fear, from disbelief. "I waited my whole life," he whispered. Then his feet left the ground.
A nurse inside the hospital looked around at empty beds, patients gone, wheelchairs rolling softly across the floor by themselves. She pressed her mouth to her mouth, tears filling her eyes. Not panic, relief. Like years of exhaustion suddenly lifted. She stepped toward the window, and the moment sunlight touched her skin, her body glowed brighter than the glass. Then she drifted upward through it like mist. No breaking, no sound, just passing through, like the world had stopped being solid. Everywhere, families reaching for each other, hands locking together mid-air, friends laughing through tears, strangers hugging like they'd known each other forever. Because suddenly, everyone felt connected. All the invisible walls were gone. No race, no borders, no rich or poor, no titles, just souls, pure and weightless. The glowing threads from above grew thicker now, brighter, pulsing gently like veins of light, each one guiding someone upward, perfectly, carefully, like a shepherd leading every single sheep home. The massive city in the sky wasn't distant anymore. It felt close enough to touch. Its gates shone like molten gold, waterfalls of light flowing upward instead of down. And those radiant beings, they weren't just waiting, they were smiling, arms open, faces filled with something too beautiful to describe. Not judgment, not power, just love, so deep it made your chest ache. Music surrounded everything now, not loud, but everywhere, like the universe humming, a melody older than stars, and each note felt familiar, like you'd heard it before birth, like you'd always known it. Children spun in the air, laughing, their laughter echoed like bells. Adults who carried lifetimes of stress suddenly looked young, wrinkles fading, pain gone, back straight, eyes shining. Some looked at their own hands in shock, skin glowing, scars disappearing, bodies whole again, perfect, like they were being restored to how they were always meant to be. Below, the earth grew quieter, cities smaller, buildings like toys. The world that once felt huge now looked tiny, fragile, temporary, like something borrowed, like something you were never meant to stay in forever. Clouds parted gently as millions rose higher, and for a moment, time itself slowed. Every movement soft, every heartbeat louder. Boom, 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 the same rhythm from before, but now it felt like celebration, like the universe clapping. Then the first group crossed the edge of the light, and when they did, they didn't disappear, they transformed. Their glow exploded brighter, turning almost star-like, then softening into something radiant and peaceful, whole, complete, like puzzle pieces finally snapping into place. One by one, thousands followed, then millions, flowing upward like a river of light. No chaos, no screams, just calm, just homecoming. A young boy looked down one last time at the shrinking world, at empty streets, at silent cities, at clouds glowing gold. He squeezed his mother's hand. "Are we going back?" he asked softly. She smiled, tears on her cheeks. "No," she whispered, "we're going forward." And together they drifted into the light. The sky continued closing slowly behind them, not shutting, just sealing gently, like water after something passes through. The colors faded into pure white, then softer, then brighter, until Earth looked like a distant memory, a dream you once had. The music grew warmer, closer, wrapping around everyone like an embrace. The radiant being stepped forward to greet them. No words needed, only light, only love, only peace deeper than anything human language could ever explain. And as the last souls crossed over, the great opening shimmered once, twice, then slowly folded back into the sky. The clouds settled, stars dimmed, silence returned. The world below remained still, empty, waiting, while above, beyond sight, beyond time, beyond fear, a new dawn began, and for the first time ever, everyone was finally home.